Opening credits. You are listening to Memories and Scars, Book 2 of the Marissa Ambrose Witness series, written by A.K. Ramirez, narrated by Alex Fitten, published by Horsemen Publishing, Incorporated. Copyright A.K. Ramirez 2023. All rights reserved. Chapter 1. Marissa could feel the zip ties digging deep into her wrists as she wriggled and twisted, trying to force them off. All she successfully did was make them tighter, cutting off the blood flow to her hands. Maybe she already had. She couldn't feel much in her hands anymore, just the raw scraping of the zip ties. Her skin was so cold. She pulled against whatever they had tied her to. Some kind of pull? Something structural, more concrete. Nothing she could break. Slinking to her knees, Marissa tried to focus. How long had she been here? The pain in her stomach made her feel like it was at least a day or two. But honestly, everything was a blur. She was so tired. She knew eventually sleep would win out, but she was actively fighting it, afraid of what would happen if it came. She wasn't sure if anything could be worse than what she had already endured. Her eyes were always covered, but they had violated every inch of her in ways she had never thought possible. She just wanted so badly to sleep. Just as she considered it, she felt a hand caress the back of her head, and the smell of sweat filled her senses. Marissa sat upright in a flash, scrambling from beneath the covers, ready to jump up and run as she came to full consciousness. She didn't realize she was screaming until Ellie tried to cry over her screams, crawling into her lap. As the screaming subsided, she felt his hand on her arm, and with shallow breaths, she looked over at him, meeting his gaze. He moved toward her in one motion, pulling her into his arms and holding her close. All the while, Ellie stayed glued to her lap. The shallow, raspy breaths had turned to sobs as she buried her head into his chest. This was more than a regular occurrence. It had been almost nightly before Mac's arrival. Now, between Mac and an army of new medications, it was happening less and less. Hopefully, the new therapist would help too. "Hey, hun, I've got you." Mac spoke to her gently, still holding her very close. "Here, you need one of these." He reached over to the nightstand and with one hand grabbed her pill bottle. While she was working on opening it, he handed her the glass of water that was now always there for her. He made sure that they were ready for one of these episodes every night. And this was how she fell asleep most nights now, safe in his arms, too tired to dream about anything as the Xanax took effect. He would just hold her, and he wouldn't let go. As the morning came, she knew he woke up earlier than she did, but he stayed there with her, just holding her. Marissa shifted slowly and opened her eyes as a bit of sunlight peered through. She sighed and groaned, her head heavy, like it was filled with lead. Mac sat up a little straighter, his hand on her back. "You okay?" Marissa nodded slowly. "I just have a headache," she said quietly, smiling at him. Despite everything, it was a sight she had grown used to waking up to. "What time is it?" "It's 7:45. The early hour made her groan, one that Ellie matched. The large black shepherd still sprawled out across Marissa's legs. "We should get moving. We've got a ferry to catch." Mumbling under her breath, she let Mac get up, then laid back down on the bed, her head on her pillow as he got to his feet. "Can't we just stay in bed and pretend that we forgot?" Mac gave her a smile that caused a flutter inside despite all the stress and darkness. Shaking his head, he reached over to the chair by the window and grabbed his shirt. "As tempting as that is, no, we can't miss either of these appointments. We should schedule these things later in the day, damn it." Marissa stretched out before she curled back up into the blanket with no enthusiasm for the day to come. "I'm going to start the coffee. We'll head out 20 minutes? Marissa sighed and nodded, watching him pull his shirt over his head. Once he was dressed, he came back over, grabbing his phone from the nightstand and giving her one more smile. "I'll see you downstairs." She watched him leave the room and took a deep breath. A month and a half ago,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?